Everybody, it's pretty late, but I just wanted to jump on here real quick because I had a little something I wanted to share with you that was on my heart, and that is about if you really want your life to grow or to contract. And I think most of us really want to grow, but what we do, where we let our mind go, kind of determines the trajectory of our life. And so even though we all want growth, I think a lot of times we find ourselves looking inward a little bit more than we find ourselves considering things that are outward. So these inward questions are, when we check in on ourselves, like, how am I doing? How do I feel? How has my trauma affected me? What do I want? How can I be better? So these are all really good questions, but how often are we actually thinking, how's my friend doing? How can I help others? How can I make this world a better place? So if you're focused all inward all the time, you're going to contract. As we become self-focused, the world gets really small. But there's also a danger if you're all outward focused. If you're only outward focused, you're actually going to neglect the soul that God gave you to steward. And you're probably going to end up feeling pretty dry and miserable. So the reality is you need both. This is kind of like breathing. If you just inhale all the time, you're going to end up like puffed up and actually pretty empty. But if you end up just exhaling all the time, you're probably going to collapse the lung. So neither of these are too healthy. God gave us cycles, things like waves and breathing, so that we understood that we really need both. We do need to check in on ourselves. But just like breathing, there's a cycle to this. All right, how am I? Now what can I do? All right, who do I need to forgive? Now, who can I get out there and help? What are my dreams? Now, how can I make this world a better place? So, there's actually a really good Bible verse, I think, that kind of illustrates how both of these are needed. And it is Isaiah 54, verses 2 through 3. Enlarge the place of your tent. Stretch out the curtain of your dwellings. Spare not. Lengthen your cords and strengthen your pegs. For you will spread abroad to the right and to the left, and your descendants will possess nations and will resettle the desolate cities. So now, a big tent is not just for you. A big tent that means more community, more family, more people, more influence. But it gives two very important things. It says, lengthen your cords and strengthen your pegs. So you think about cords, that's what you use to actually stretch out. That's how you get bigger. But then it also talks about your pegs. It says to strengthen your pegs. So that means you go deep and you get anchored. So when you do that, when you plan, focus, and prepare for the future, then you are able to really spread abroad, and it impacts generations for growth. It's pretty cool. So talks about how then they'll possess nations. So you think about that, that's walking in authority, that's walking in abundance, and resettle the desolate cities. So we're going to take back the things that have been lost. So lengthen your cords, reach out, serve well, invite people in and love them well, but then also strengthen your pegs. You got to go deep. And you got to get solid, and you got to find your strength. So then your expansion is actually going to bless everybody that comes after you. So if you can really master these cycles, you are going to be so effective, and you're going to grow, and you're going to grow healthy. So hope you guys are having a great night, and I will talk to you later.